Man, now I know how you felt in the biggest demon slayer in the universe. Where like one of us had so thoroughly defeated the other in the quality of media that we made each other consume. Cause last time like I did the minimum required work for Demon Slayer. I didn't even have that much to say about it. And you listened to like the entirety of the biggest problem in the universe and
I
became
did
obsessed with it for six
seven
months.
set.
Yeah,
I did 7 or 8 months, or seven or
you,
eight episodes of the biggest problem.
yeah, okay, but I'm exaggerating. But then it spiraled into a special interest for several months following. Uh, and this time, I don't know how you feel about it yet, and I hope you at least feel something about it because I feel a lot about it, and I've kind of been gathering that all week. And then I started to work through the thing that you gave me. And like 8 episodes in, I'm like, okay, I'm very emotionally invested in what's going on right now. This is like some cool shit, but like it's like 8.5 out of 10 type. Like this is high quality thing that I'm watching, but it's just a thing that I'm watching type shit. And then episodes 9 through 12, I picked the perfect place to stop. Cuz if I had watched episode 9 this morning before I left for work, I would not have gone to work. I would not have gone. So yeah, I just wrapped up watching what I had to watch. I suppose I also did the minimum requirement, but that was only because of time. And I will probably watch some of season 2 today.
I
I know it gets worse, but people also say Death Note season 2 gets worse, and I love that. So we'll see.
Let's put it this way: season 2 wasn't needed, but because they made season 2,
It is
they
kind of
need to
needed
make
though, because
season
like
3.
I need to know what Phil did. What's Phil doing?
God, I really should have.
Little Phil.
I really needed more time to go and rewatch that specifically. It's been so long since I've seen it. I should have rewatched that as well.
Did
But
you rewatch the first season for this?
no, I did not.
Because I rewatched the first 12 episodes of RPM for this. I did multiple homework.
Put it on hold so I can go watch it. But I mean,
No, do you remember?
I know enough about it to be able to conversate. So are we jumping? Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Detour Ahead. Um, I don't want to forget this time. It seems like you
Yeah,
have a lot on your plate, and we will forget if I don't do it now.
I have a
Um,
lot on my plate for both shows, and I'm like I'm so horrified that you have nothing, and it's gonna make me sad.
anyway,
Oh, I don't like have that reaction.
do you want to get into what I did this weekend, or
Sure, tell me about it.
so every at
Let's
least
tease. This is a teaser, folks. This is how you do cinema in a podcast. We're setting up what comes later.
okay,
Podcast cinema. Don't be mean to me.
okay, okay. Um, oh boy. Um,
Yeah.
sorry, my head hurts. Um, so me and the family went down to Columbus to kind of just hang out as like a family and do stuff. Kind of like Columbus is a good middle ground for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So we chose that. We got a hotel room. Blah blah blah. Um, really, just the one thing. We went to this one arcade bar that has like these old original arcade cabinets from like the 70s and 80s, like Galaga and Pac-Man and shit. And
Yeah.
my two 60-year-old parents came with me and my sisters there. It's a much younger crowd. They were probably the oldest people in there, besides Ruth, who was having her birthday over by right over where we were sitting. Um, that doesn't mean anything, but Anyway, so I pointed out, I'm like, oh, hey, Dad, they have Galaga. For the next 2 hours, him and my mom did single and double player on the Galaga like arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
they're like they're like zoned in playing, and my dad's like,
Oh, is it like that big like LCD screen Galaga cabinet with the real gun?
no,
That you...
but
Oh,
it's the
okay.
ones with the buttons
Oh, okay, okay.
from like 1971.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. Because my local arcade has like this big Galaga LCD screen that you control with like a laser gun, and it's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool. No, these were like the original ones from when my dad was like in college or whatever, a kid or whatever, how old he was. But it was really funny, and some girl came up to us and she's like, "Are the?" Came up to me and my sisters and she's like, "Are those your parents?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they are. Are they bothering you?" And she's like, "No, it's so cute. Your dad just asked mom if she wanted to be player too."
Aw,
It was really funny. There was a whole bunch of other stuff that we got to do there. There's like
that sounds like
this.
such a good time.
It was. I honestly didn't think that we were gonna spend the whole night there. I really thought it was just gonna be like, oh, have a drink here, let's go here, have a drink, let's go here, have a drink. No, we spent the entire night there, so it was really
Man,
cool.
there's this cool bar. I went to like a show in St. Petersburg, which is another city in Florida. And there's a bar that's like a video game bar. Like they have a couple arcade cabinets in there, and they also have like game consoles hooked up everywhere. Like there was Smash Bros going on in there. Like Super Mario World was going on in there. This is a crazy place. And I went there for only a brief, short time. But I really want to go back. I think I am gonna go back if I can just scrounge together enough money to Uber both ways and to have some drinking money. I think that would be a fun outing.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Go
Yeah.
go cream some fools in Super Smash Bros. 64. And get drunk on sour beers. That's where I had the sour beer. I don't know if I've told that story on this show. I talk about it a lot. Where like I drank this sour beer. It was a very strange experience. I hate the taste of alcohol. If you don't know, if you're not familiar, it's very hard to get me to drink alcohol. I only drink like the sweetest, like girliest drinks possible. So beer really never does it for me. But I ordered this sour beer at this bar, and it's this weird. I don't know how this is possible, but it achieved the perfect yin and yang middle ground between like not tasting that bad and tasting exactly like vomit.
Oh.
Like somehow the vomit taste that it produces is more palatable than the taste of a normal beer. And it's like you're not actually, it's not real vomit. It's like a drink, and it's like fizzy, and it like feels nice going down. So it's almost like this weird, like it is gross, but like it's a palatable level of gross. Whereas normal beer, it's just like, ugh, this is bitter, and you don't want to swallow it. It's a very strange phenomenon that I experienced with this sour beer.
I Me, Olivia, and her boyfriend went to this one place, and they had a raspberry wheat beer, and I'm like, well, I gotta try it. I like beer and I like raspberries, so it was good. It tasted like beer. So you know how like sparkling water tastes like someone put water right next to a bowl of fruit, and like the smell of the fruit got infused with the water.
Only certain sparkling waters, you fucker, but yes, I do know about that all too well. As a sparkling water drinker who somebody else buys my groceries, sometimes they buy the wrong kind, and then I'm very upset because it's the exact thing that you were describing.
Or like they filled a glass of water up, they put a single lime, not cut open. No. Just the whole lime, put it in, wait, and then immediately take it out and go, that's lime flavor right there.
It sucks because like it ruins sparkling water's good name because like good sparkling water is like sorcery. Like I don't know how they pull it off. It's like the
Sugar.
most. It's not sugar, but it's 0 calories, 0 sugar. but maybe they're lying about that. I feel like they have to be because it's like so delicious and fruity.
It's all the
There's
chemicals
no
they're putting in the
sugar.
water.
Yeah, it's the chemical. I guess they're using the same chemicals that like Diet Coke uses, but like with fruit and like water instead of like more syrupy soda. It's really good when you get the right brand. So I hate that fucking bubbly and LaCroix and all those fucking poser sparkling waters
Bubbly
ruin
is
its good name.
okay. It's not great. I won't drink it, but LaCroix is the worst of them all.
LaCroix is terrible. LaCroix is a disgrace to all sparkling water kind.
LaCroix puts out a basket of oranges and then pours water from the tap into one of their own bottles and says, well, the oranges were over there, so it's orange flavored now.
And there were oranges in the general vicinity.
Yeah, there were oranges in the general vicinity of the water that we poured that we're selling to you, so that's orange flavored. We also have a whole other
What we
factory
actually did was
for that has one
we
single
had
banana on the floor, and now those are all banana flavored.
what we actually did is we got some ladies with like really long freakish nails, and they scratched some oranges, and like just a couple of the shavings fell into the water.
A single peel fell into like a giant swimming pool full of
One little
water.
molecule of orange peel.
One orange molecule,
Yes.
because that's how science works. You got blueberry molecules, you got orange
Yep.
molecules,
That's science.
strawberry ones.
But molecules, part of a balanced breakfast.
Exactly. But the weekend was fun. It was really entertaining seeing mom and dad actually like, not that like they're stuck up or anything, but like it's really fun seeing everybody get together as a family and actually like enjoy what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think that's like happened with my family in a long time. Well, I mean, like, I guess I've gone out to bars with my mom a couple times, and I didn't have a bad time. It's just like I have a hard time. I'm like a weirdo. I'm probably autistic, baby. And it's like I just can't relate to people of the age bracket of my mother. So like I kind of have to force it to have a good time with her. Like, and that's not a knock on her. It's just like we're very different people, and it's hard for me to like connect super intimately.
You got to find some like common ground. That's what I've learned.
And we do have common ground, and we have like good conversations. And like, yeah, I don't want to say I don't get along with my mother, but like every like super fun out memory I have that's like in the top of my brain is all with friends. Like
Yeah.
I go out with my mother and I have a good time, but like it's much less so than if I was out with my friends. But you actually seem to have like a good, close knit, relating to each other family that can have that much fun as a family, and I admire
It's
that.
gotten a lot better. Um like we're your typical American family, you know. Mom, dad, 3 kids. Dad has makes all the money in the family. But like we went on vacations as a family every year growing up, but like this is different cuz everybody's like actually letting loose, and it's not like when we were kids it was all right, we got to watch the kids. But now it's everybody can drive, everybody has Uber, everybody can drink legally, everybody's an adult. It's like 5 adults of varying ages hanging out together, and it's fun.
I mean, to speak like openly, it's like I'm basically like in a lot of ways still a kid in
I
in
know.
in some senses of my maturity. I know you know. I'm talking to the audience mostly. I feel like you know.
What
You you
audience?
you you know. Yeah, what audience? The two people who might watch this someday. In the infinite life of the universe, when we're both already dead for hundreds of years,
My
and
funeral
and
is
so if
literally
somebody finds this show on like an old flash drive that has random YouTube archives, because obviously YouTube's not going to be up in another 20 years, never mind hundreds.
so I thought about, just in case, cuz I got worried about I had a dream about this.
That YouTube went down, that I
No,
got
that
rid of
my
YouTube.
channel got banned and all of Detour Ahead became lost media.
Don't you have it all on your computer?
Not the videos.
Oh, okay, you have the audio.
I don't have anything. It's all stored on
Oh.
YouTube.
Oh, well, you should probably maintain an archive because you probably have a much bigger hard drive than I do.
uh, I don't have a much. I have a much bigger hard drive, but it's taken up by a lot of other things. I was thinking
Even if
about
you
going
like,
and
I,
getting
I would
flash
recommend
drives.
storing them on like, yeah, maybe flash drives. I would recommend like when it comes to like a worst case scenario like that, I don't think we have to super worry about like pulling it off the best we can as long as we pull it off. So like if you save them all at like 480, like acceptable quality, not a big file size, just to make sure they still exist.
That's what I was planning at. That's like my next thing that I want to do because I want to preserve as many as I can.
Yeah, because the internet is not forever. As much as they may tell you that, that was a lie they told you as a kid. The internet is forever. Because now I'm in a position where I want the internet to be forever, and I'm learning that it's not. Because a lot of the content I used to enjoy is now like impossible to find, because of various bannings and websites going down and such. And I hate that about the world. So I don't want that to happen to our content.
I think we're small enough to where we can pretty much say whatever we want and nobody's going to come after us.
Yeah, but even so, like again, YouTube. I don't know if you know this. YouTube operates at a loss and always has, and probably always will. Like YouTube is not sustainable. It's like a recognizable enough brand that benefits them in other ways that it's beneficial to keep it around right now, and probably will be for years and years to come. But not as many years as you may think. I was serious when I said I doubt YouTube's gonna exist in 20 years. Maybe I'll be wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. This is a little bit conspiracy. I don't know if Warficus just walked into the room or something, but I really don't think YouTube's gonna be up in the next 20 years.
I don't know if I'm going to
Other,
be up in the next 20 years.
I think you'll be up in the next 20 years. Come on now.
Riley,
Whether I'll be up as a tops up, but
I'll be 47.
yeah, people live to that all the time, and you're like a normal guy.
Yeah.
I'm critically obese. I'm probably gonna die like soon, so I don't know if I'll be around, but.
All right.
Nothing's currently happening, by the way. I'm not alluding to any like diagnoses I've received. I just have a general amount of
Stage 4
fear.
fat cancer.
Stage 4 fat.
Stage 4 fat. It's uncurable. The doctors just look at you and just please stop. Just stomp out of here.
Stop.
Just stomp out of here. Get out of here. Well,
We
aren't I
can't help
supposed to be
you.
in a wheelchair if I get discharged from the hospital? Sir, we don't have any wheelchairs for your kind around here. Get out.
You would have to stay here for like 6 months while we hired a blacksmith to
They're going to pull out a
forge
lazy
one
boy
for
on
you.
wheels.
I do actually like. I don't think I ever actually this was ever actually pulled off, but I think like Project Industrial Steel Bed Frame for Riely was a thing that one of the many men who have lived in this house over years was attempting to do. So I am that level of fat that I do break bed frames all the time. Not all the time, but like most people won't break a bed frame probably in their lives. I've broken like 3 or 4. So so yeah. That's what I'm up to over here.
All right. That's the only thing I wanted to talk about was Dad playing Galaga and acting like a child, which was funny and entertaining to watch. That's really the only thing. We went to the Columbus Zoo, which was pretty cool. I saw red pandas.
Oh, that's so cool.
Let me send. I only took one picture because I don't want to be that person at the zoo that takes
No, I
pictures of
never
all the
take pictures.
animals.
I never take any pictures because like as like corny of a thing this is to admit, like I took Sean's word to heart on that one episode of the Dick Show, if you remember, where he was talking about how he was on a cruise and he saw like a blue whale come out of the water, And he reached for his phone, and in that moment he realized, like, what am I doing? Like, this is a beautiful moment I should be experiencing in the now, and I'm reaching for this stupid fucking box. Like, this is retarded. I'm never gonna look at this picture. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Which I do look at pictures, but I don't think the experience of looking at pictures is worth the like real human experience of being there. So I don't take pictures usually in my life. My mother actually has to like harangue me to take pictures when she's there and she wants pictures to be taken.
Um, I'm gonna send it so I can utilize the fun little.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but can you send it in the side chat?
That's a lot of work. I don't have access to the side chat.
What do you mean you don't have access to the side chat?
Oh, this gay side chat.
Yes, the gay side chat, because it's easy to click on right now because I'm in full screen. Because if not, I have to go turn on streamer mode for us to be side by side, and it will bother my autism if we're vertical, like we are by default, unless streamer mode is on. Oh, buddy, little red panda. I love him.
Oh, I can't. Our visuals are all fucked up too. All right. Thanks,
Wait, what
Discord.
do you mean?
Stupid assholes. You get fucked up
Wait,
cameras for a minute.
have we been fucked up the whole time, or just when we were looking at the panda?
I can't get the red panda on the screen. It's fine.
Oh, okay. But our
I'm
cameras have been fucked the whole time, is what you're saying?
no. If I switch over to visuals, it's all fucked up.
Okay. Well, did you show the red panda for a minute? We could be fucked up for a minute so the audience can see him.
I gotta.
Don't be autistic. Just show it for a second. It's like Alex's
There.
docs is showing up on the
I
visual
was
stream.
making sure the right thing was showing up. Look at this little guy.
I know he's so cute. I
They were
love
running
him.
around in like circles. Also, I found out that for $120, I can go to the Columbus Zoo and feed the red pandas personally.
Dude, dude.
I almost dropped the
I
money right then and there. Just start
my
throwing it at the
intrusive
red
thought every
pandas.
day. This would be like a
I'd
seven
steal
hundred
one.
dollar excursion for me. Between all the transportation and the cost to do the thing and the cost for general admission, and the moral cost of giving this place money because it is a bad, bad place. But you can at SeaWorld swim with beluga whales, and that sounds like maybe the best thing anyone could ever do in the history of time. And this would to go do this without getting someone who can drive in on it, who will pay for it themselves. It will cost me like the Ubers alone will be like $300. Then I had to pay admission to SeaWorld and for the special swimming with the beluga whales. So it would be very expensive, but every day I'm like, if I just saved up for a little bit, I could go swim with beluga whales if I wanted to, if I
Do you think
really
they'd
was
let you
determined
leave?
enough. Oh, they'd adopt me as one of their own because I'm their size.
The people working there would be like, "When did we get a new beluga whale?"
Oh, they think I'm a whale, and
And
I'm
you're
like,
like, "I'm not.
no,
I'm real.
adopt
Help me
me.
get out of this pool." And they're like, "Oh my god, this one talks.
The
We
whale
can make
talks.
millions."
And they put me in the tank with the killer whales, and I get eaten.
All right. Do you want to jump into what we're talking about today?
I love killer whales too. You can't swim with those ones. You can swim with wild killer whales because wild killer whales just don't kill people. They just like them.
I mean, you can swim
But
with anything if you want to.
if you want to, but it's just the risk that it will provide. But like, there is literally zero cases of a killer whale in the wild ever harming a human in any way. It's only the SeaWorld ones who have harmed humans in history. Because they're just like, they don't like them because they're trapped in a bathtub. Killer whales have attacked boats before, but never humans. Never human beings have been attacked.
Let me pull this other one up. Copy. Shit. How do I do this? So this is just a picture I found online. This is not my picture. But this little guy is a sand cat.
Oh, buddy.
Uh
Oh my
he's
god.
exactly the same size as any other normal cat. But he's so cute. Look at him.
He's so pretty. Look at him.
If not friend, why friend shaped?
True.
We saw capybaras.
Did you know seals aren't friends? That was like heartbreaking information to find out. That seals are mean.
Yeah,
They're like they look so they're the most friend shaped though.
they're just water puppies.
They're little water puppies. I've seen some of them do friend stuff, and those videos are my favorite videos on the internet. Animals who you wouldn't think would be your friend doing friend stuff is my favorite genre of video ever. Like the videos of like the bear trainers hanging out with black bears, because apparently black bears are actually pretty easily tameable as compared to other bears. So people will just like hang out with black bears and be their friends. And those videos are great.
Again, if not friend, why friend
Then why
shaped?
friends shaped? Exactly. This is the philosophy these people are going in with, and they're actually friends, and it's perfect. I love this type of content.
All right,
But then it wants you to befriend. It makes you want to befriend them, and then in reality, you tried, you probably get murdered. Is the
probably.
problem though?
All right, you ready to hop into this shit?
Sure.
What do you want to start with? It seems like you've
Let's
got more words to say than I do.
yeah, let's start with Power Rangers because I feel like that's gonna be less. And Alex, just give it to me straight, Doc. We're at the segment. What's the temperature?
Cold.
Cold?
Cold.
Fully cold.
Lukewarm at best.
Wow. Wow, bro. Come on.
It's not my cup of tea. I've been telling you this for how many years now? It's not my
You came
thing.
into it with bias. You didn't give it a real chance.
I did give
It's
it a
literally
chance.
the
I watched
same
it
as
all.
so many things that you watch.
Penguin told me that that was one of the worst ones you could have possibly chose.
She's stupid.
I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if I did Dino Rangers. The Power
Okay, I guess I'll keep
Soars.
that in mind for next book club.
The Power Soars. Or the
The
Dino
power
Rangers,
swords.
or whatever they're
The
fucking
power
called.
swords require previous context, though. That's the thing about the power swords.
Oh, is this like the only option with 12 episodes? I will say, good
This was
job. I
the
will
this was the
say,
most 12 episodes good I could get.
oh, it's not good.
I can't believe this.
I hate the little
Not
car.
even a
I hate
little
the
bit.
car gimmick.
Who cares about that?
That's the whole point of the show. Is their
The
cars.
whole point of the show is the characters who are going through a battle for their lives in the apocalypse.
The
Doesn't matter
characters
what
were
they're
cool.
using.
I like the Rangers. It's the battle sequences that like really made me lose interest.
You gotta be able to like turn your brain off and just be like, oh cool, the colorful guys are punching the other colorful guys, and still enjoy the show despite that. That's the bread and butter of Power Rangers. The characters make you care about the goofy suit stuff.
Not really.
As much as your brain may still turn off, you're still like, yes, these are my friends, and I want them to win this fight that they're having.
I wanted more story out of this though.
There's a lot of story. That's why I picked this one. This is the most story I could compact into the first 12 episodes. Power Rangers is very episodic. You're familiar with the concept of Monster of the Week. You've watched Ladybug, which is the most episodic thing in history. I figured you would be interested in a story, so I picked the least episodic first 12 episodes that Power Rangers could offer.
This is not helping your case against me continuing Power Rangers.
I can't believe this.
You keep saying this is the most this is the most that, and that just means that if I don't like this, everything else hails in comparison.
Well, because it's all different. That's the thing about Power Rangers. It's like everyone is kind of a different genre a little bit. Like I feel similarly to what I feel about a lot of like multifaceted franchises like a Star Wars or like a Marvel or something like that, where it's like there's a this for everyone, and this is the this for most people. So I thought this was the safe pick, but everybody has a different this. So maybe this just wasn't the shot. This was just like the best percentage chance I had of throwing the ball in one try. But I think there is one out there for you.
I don't know. It's the fight scenes that got me. They're very like I don't know how to like I don't know how to say it. It's just
It's
not my
just like
thing.
goofy, fun action. Who cares? Come on.
You can't compare this to Ladybug though. Ladybug has like cute characters and like more story.
This has
And
cute characters. This has characters that should bring you emotion.
what
Deep
emotion am I supposed
emotion.
to feel?
Fucking okay, let's go down the list, right? Specifically, I was really this is why I was so excited when I looked at like the 12 episodes guide. I'm like, "Oh, this is perfect." Cuz this has all of the backstory series, which
Yes.
is some of the best character work that Power Rangers has ever done. So, there's Ranger Yellow, where little pretty princess rich girl Summer
Yeah.
has to survive the apocalypse, and learn to be a better person, and has to watch her butler die in the desert after telling her that like he truly cares for her and he's waiting to show her she truly is, and now he's fucking dead in the desert after getting shot by a robot. And then Summer becomes a badass Power Ranger, and she doesn't care about being a rich girl anymore because she's showing Andrews who she really is. That's fucking rad.
Yeah, but
Then there's
why were these people like I understand why Black and Green were became Power Rangers, but they don't go over at all of why Red, Blue, and Yellow were Power Rangers in the first place.
well, they prove that to you in the Blue and Yellow episodes. They don't give you all of it, but they give you the reason. They give
I'm
you their
retarded. I
worthy
want all of it.
reason. That I think they might go into it later. I don't remember because I only rewatched the first 12 and it's been a while. But this they give you this character work to be like, okay, these people are worthy of being Power Rangers. This is why they were chosen.
Well, I got that part.
Yeah, so that's all you need to know, really. The story picks up, they're already Power Rangers, and then Dylan and Ziggy come in, and they're kind of the more main characters that we kind of follow because they're the ones that sort of turn the tide of what's going on in this computer war, and we kind of pick it up from a climactic point, like it's, and then we go back and we address the backstories in some ways, but it's you're supposed to do a little bit of the work on your own.
I mean, I guess. It's like I don't know. It just felt like after like
Do you love Dylan and Ziggy at least?
Ziggy's
Tell
cool.
me
I like
this.
him. Dylan's okay.
Dylan's okay.
They took his whole personality away from him.
What do you
For
mean?
like for 6 of the episodes, he had this like dark and broody, I don't fucking care attitude, and then he joins the Power Rangers, and for like after Ziggy becomes a part, they're just like, yeah, he's just another Power Ranger. He's not
Cause
dark and broody anymore.
he grows to like them. It starts with Ziggy.
Yeah, but that was
Ziggy
his whole
starts.
thing. Like, it would be like if you take the racism out of a Ku Klux Klan member. They're just another human being.
They're another human, but they still have those facets. Like he's still like the brooding bad boy, but like he just like has friends now. I mean that's part of his arc.
I mean, yeah, it felt like they just kind of stripped him of
And
everything
also
he
you
had.
and also Alex, this is another limitation of the first 12 episodes. The rest of it is kind of the Dylan show. We gave everybody else their spotlight, and now it gets to be about Dylan again.
Well, yeah,
And
I got
that's
that from the
some
last
good
episode.
stuff. Yeah, so now that it's about Dylan again, Dylan gets better. But even now, even to this point, I feel like Dylan is great. You can't tell me it wasn't that whole sequence with the flower was not absolute cinema. Come on.
It wasn't necessary.
It was cinema though. It was artsy. They did an experimental shot. Dylan wastes the last of his drinking water to water a lone flower he finds in the apocalypse desert, which just it immediately proves to you all you need to know about Dylan and the kind of guy he is in his heart. And then to prove to you the rest of what you need to know about Dylan, the robots show up, and Dylan murders all of them brutally to the point where it was too graphic for us to see. So instead, we just have a shot of the flower, and it's showing us how Dylan is making extra sure that this flower is unharmed as he absolutely tears apart these robots limb from limb.
Sounds like laziness to me.
It's also sounds like kids show to me. Like that would have been they wanted to convey that it was like too graphic to show.
That's exactly right. It's a kids show.
Yeah, but you watch kids shows. Ladybug is the most kids show.
Ladybug's got romance in there though.
So does Power Rangers. Do
Not
you
this
not see the
one.
eyes Dylan and Summer are making at each other? Come on.
Yeah, but nothing was done about it at all.
Not yet, Alex. You
But you
only
gotta
watched 12
grab. You got it. The
episodes.
whole point of this is you gotta grab me within the first however many episodes
It's
we choose.
impossible. Power Rangers have long season. That's the problem with Power Rangers. You have
There's
to
a
be a
lot
part of
wrong
the
with
whole
Power
thing.
Rangers.
No, you're wrong. You gotta be part of the whole thing. But it's just 12 episodes. I have to do my best to tantalize, but I can't give you a whole thing in 12 episodes. It doesn't exist.
See, I think I have access to more media than you do because I hit it out of the park with picking 12 episones of one single thing
They're
out there.
different. They're different kinds of media. It's hard. It's hard to sell Power Rangers in 12 episodes.
It's not my thing. And this is not a My Name is Earl situation where eventually I'll go to Power Rangers. It's not my thing. I
I
will
think you're
watch
wrong
Power
about that.
Ranger. I'm not going to go to Power Rangers.
I think you're wrong about that. I think we'll find that it's genre shifting. I think we'll find your Power Rangers.
You can try. I'm not opposed to doing more of the media club things. I'm just saying I highly doubt that I'll ever just randomly go, I should watch Power Rangers. I have nothing better to watch.
I think
The evil guys were kind of like lackluster.
they suck, except for Tanaya, who's like amazing and makes up for it.
I wish she was more evil though.
Mm,
She's like Dr. Doofenshmirtz evil.
well, like you get it, right? You get what's going on with Tanaya. Did you put that two and two together?
That she doesn't really feel like she belongs or something.
No, no, no. Deeper than that. More specific than that.
What?
I feel like I shouldn't tell because this is something you're supposed to figure out, and you didn't
I
figure it
didn't
out
figure it out.
in the most recent episode that you watched. Should I give away the goat?
Go ahead. I'm not going to continue this. I'm sorry.
Look, you have to though. If you want to force me to watch, I'll make you watch the next 12 episodes of RPM.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make you watch the whole thing, and I think you'll maybe like it a little bit by the end.
Go ahead. We'll do another media club. I'll watch the next 12 episodes and I'll find something else for you to watch.
There you go. But regardless, Yeah, that actress who was playing that girl that was getting taken away from Dylan should have been very familiar to you. That's what I'm gonna say.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Alex, this is the last episode you watched.
Oh, are they like? Oh, the girl that's getting ripped away from him is Tanaya.
It could be.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, I
See,
didn't
it's
gather
got
that at all.
layers.
I didn't gather that at all. It was
It's
not
got layers.
was not obvious enough.
You have to put two and two together.
Um, look, I just wish she was like a little bit more evil, like a little bit more of an adversary.
Yeah, like that's
Cause like you got the super ultra nice breakfast club over here, and then Tanaya feels like she could still technically be part of that group, except she's just in a bad mood some days.
that is a little bit true about Tanaya. Honestly, there's an episode. This is a spoiler, but not for plot, because this episode is in its own weird pocket universe. It's maybe the most confusing thing that's ever happened on television. They did a behind the scenes episode, but they are all in character and acting as if they're still in the world, but the show is still a TV show. And it's very strange. Like they're all playing the characters still. And Tanaya's just like there, and she's like a diva on set. And it's like it's so trippy because it's like, why did they do it this way? Just don't do this, or just do it. Be like, hey, I'm Eka Darville, and this is the set of Power Rangers RPM. Not, hi, I'm Scott, the Red Power Ranger, and here's this TV show we make.
Yeah, it just like I did take notes. Like I can send you the notes, but like their personalities are cool. Each one's got a different personality to them and whatnot. But it really just feels like your typical
Oh, and
Breakfast
I
Club
didn't even
scenario.
mention we didn't go through all the backstories because first of all, there's Ziggy, who became an enemy of all of the mafias to save sick children.
I wrote good soul involved with mob.
He's beautiful. He's a beautiful soul. And also Dylan and Ziggy, dynamic duo, perfect duo. Dylan has adopted Ziggy as his pet, and he cares for Ziggy and protects him with his life. And I love that about them. And then there's Flynn, who is just like the most good-hearted ever. He's Scottish Spider-Man, essentially.
Just wants to help people.
He
That's it.
just wants to help. That's all he
Wants to be a
wants in his life.
superhero. That's what I wrote.
That's all he wants in his life, and it's so beautiful. And his dad's so proud of it. Did you feel nothing when Flynn walks into his sleeping father's house and sees pages and pages of Blue Ranger news articles that he's reading as he lulls off to sleep?
Well, I
Is that
figured
not
that like
beautiful?
it was very predictable that his father was going to come around. They're not going to make it a tragic backstory.
Well, I mean, they did a real fucking tragic backstory, Alex, because that was the one I was about to get to and scream at you for having nothing to say about immediately. How are you not shredded in a similar manner that I am about this show that you showed me about fucking Dr. K? Because that's also one of the most tragic stories ever told in fiction.
What? That she's super smart, so the government just comes and goes, ah,
The
come
government
here.
stole her, locked her away for her entire life, gave her friends, and then murdered her friends, and allowed her to accidentally end the world just because she wanted to go outside.
She just wanted to go outside.
She just wanted to go outside, Alex. That was all she
You
wanted.
know,
And she ended the
unintentionally,
world.
unintentionally, that's a very common theme.
Yes, it was crazy. The similarities between alphabet soup and the third plant or whatever it was called, I picked up on immediately, and I was like, wow, with how did we strike a similar theme? Busy. Okay, thank you. Yeah, they'll be fine. Mikey, go get her. Okay. Okay, close the door. He's coming. He's coming. Thank you. Sorry about that. You got some editing to do.
We're all good. I now, instead of having anytime you do anything, I now put the entire picture of from when you were here with your really shitty haircut.
Dude, you're not just leaving it all in though.
No, no, that's how I know to
Okay,
cut
okay,
things
okay,
out.
okay.
Is I literally just turn it on and
Oh,
it cover.
it's just your signal to know that you have to cut that part. Okay, that's funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it just covers everything. Me, you, our logo, it covers everything, so I know to cut it all out. But Red was a former pilot, and he lost his brother, who was going to make him his second in command.
Scott's a little lackluster. Like it's a little sweet the second in command thing, but like he definitely had the most lackluster story of them, and it wasn't close.
I liked Yellow's backstory. I think that
That one
was
is cinema. That like
hers was
besides Dr. K, like I think Dr. K is the best one, but like out of the Rangers, it's definitely Yellow.
yeah. And then we don't know Black's backstory yet.
Also, Doctor something you might not have thought about Dr. K if you weren't paying attention. She's like still a kid. She's like 17.
Aren't they all like 17? Isn't that the point?
mm, like young adults, but like it's just like you don't immediately clock that for Dr. K until you see the backstory and you're like, God, she's like a kid, and she accidentally ended the world because she wanted to go outside.
I'm not going to continue, but I didn't hate watching it.
Well, I'm gonna force you to continue, and you're gonna
That's
continue to not hate
fine.
it. It's gonna be
Use your
great.
spot to force me to continue. Go ahead. I'll find more
It's because
fucked up
I
anime to
feel
show
like
you.
I feel like it might come around. Yeah. You're gonna just take me on the worst emotional rides. Not the worst, but you know we'll get there. But
How
yeah,
many
I'm just surprised.
how many main characters do you want me to kill off in the next show that make you watch?
Preferably none, really. But like I know that's not gonna happen.
All right, I'll give you two choices. Do you want everybody to die after you've already like grown attached to them, or do you want do you want a bunch of small little deaths or one that's gonna like hit you hard?
Probably one that's gonna hit me hard.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. It's the only anime that's ever made me cry.
Okay, this one almost made me cry a couple times. Man, no, you know what? That's another thing. Very few pieces of media made me cry. You know what has made me cry? Super Sentai, which is the Japanese show that steals all the fight footage from the Power Ranger steals all its fight footage from. So maybe I just had to show you one of the Japanese ones. Maybe that's my next strategy. Those ones are kind of widely considered better for more mature audiences because America does not trust children to have coherent thoughts, whereas Japan does.
um, let's move on to Promise Neverland.
Sure. Alex,
When
you
am I
know,
getting the? Go ahead.
I went through a lot of emotional stages throughout, particularly that last four episodes, where I just like I wasn't telling Alex any details about how I felt, but what I was doing is like based on where I was emotionally, it was going on in the story. I either threatened to have Alex killed, to several points of extreme, or by the end, I dedicated my life to Alex. Alex is now, I am forever in his servitude. My soul is yours. It went from needing you killed to my soul is yours to do what you wish.
Just got taken on an emotional roller coaster on emotional roller coasters, the likes of which would be difficult to achieve in a 4-hour film in one 22-minute episode of anime. I want you dead, Alex. I'm putting a hit out. In all caps, multiple, just to be sure. The best snipers in Albuquerque, Alex. Okay, these are all within like 20 minutes of each other, or in the same 20-minute time frame.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe just one sniper. 100 actually. Maybe back down to one. 100 sniper probation.
Probation.
I think maybe actually my life is dedicated to you to all for all time. So I want to like let's walk through the show.
Okay.
So
I feel like it
episode,
would be a fun bit for you now to go through that step by step and ask me what moment caused it.
I want to know what moment caught. Like we'll get to that in a bit.
Okay.
Um, you know what? This is probably going to help me a lot.
Gonna pull up like an episode guide.
Yes, just because I didn't have a chance to watch it.
I will say I chose a best boy early, and he really took me on a big roller coaster. That one. He had a lot of shifts. Thankfully, it was not the one who fucking died.
Okay, so what was like the key about this is the first episode hits you very, very hard.
Yeah, you see, I this is what I thought, right? I wasn't expecting it to go so hard, cause like it kind of malaised around for like the preceding 7 episodes. Like things happened that were impactful,
Yeah,
but it didn't get that fucked up again. Like the most fucked up it got was that one time in episode 1, and I was like, okay, so this
that's
is
how they grab you in.
this is Nina. That was my initial thought. So this is Nina. If you've seen Full Metal Alchemist, I forget if you have or not. Like, okay, so this is a little bit of a spoiler for that, but in that, there's a little girl named Nina who dies in a very fucked up and sad way, and that is like the big emotional moment that people will think back to when they're like, Full Metal Alchemist is absolute cinema because this made me feel the most raw emotion I've ever felt in my life. But then the rest of the show, it continues to be like fucked up enough that like it's good, but it never gets that fucked up again. So that's what I was expecting. Like, okay, this is Nina. This is the moment where you're supposed to think back to and be like, oh my god, they really went there. This show is cinema. And then from here, it's gonna continue to be a little fucked up, but it's never gonna reach that same height again. Oh boy, was I wrong.
So, the first episode, for those of you who don't know, is there's a bunch of kids at this, it's called Grace Field House. It's like an orphanage on a, it's like a, for lack of a better word, and I'll explain it in a minute, a farm.
In more ways than one. No, Alex, there's no lack of a better word. It's the perfect word, more so than you would think. But we'll
For
get there.
now, I didn't want to call it a farm, but anyway, uh, little girl's getting adopted, leaves her favorite toy. Her orphan friends decide to like run and give it back to her. And what happens?
So the little girl is dead and gets eaten by a demon.
There are demons all around the goddamn place. Um So after that, Emma and Norman and Ray decide to basically just try and escape. They're like, fuck this. We're not doing this anymore. What was your opinion when they brought in the new mom?
Man,
Was that not
she
like the
was
scariest
weird.
shit possible?
She's horrifying, yes. And like just in general. So there's a couple moments in the show. This is my biggest. This show is a 10 out of 10 still, because of just like the power that it had. So spoiler alert for what I'm gonna rate it because it's a 10 out of 10. But their my main complaint is their weird attempts to redeem the most despisable scumbags to ever exist in media.
The two moms, right?
That, yes.
The thing that completely like it scared me but was also like absolutely hilarious was when Sister Crone, the black lady, just starts full sprinting out of the woods, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, she did have like flash powers. That was pretty wild.
My god, if I saw, I'd lay down and die. I'd be like, I'm already dead. There's no way I'm outrunning this black lady.
Yeah, Sister Krona was very scary. But then she gets eaten by the demons because she's trying to fuck with mom, and the mom gives her what she wants, but she's not satisfied because it's not also getting one over on her. And then it doesn't matter anyway because it was a trick all along. And Sister Krona gets eaten by demons. And as she's being eaten by the demons, she has this like inner monologue about like wanting the kids to escape and succeed, and it's like this doesn't feel earned to me because it feels like she wanted to eat those kids personally for a lot of the
Yeah.
preceding plot.
Um, you got mom's backstory, right?
I did. I
Okay.
did.
I
And that makes her somewhat, maybe a
redeemable.
little bit, like I'm empathetic slightly, but like she did send several kids. Like they're just kids, man. Like that's what really makes this hard. Like if
Yeah,
it
if
was
it's
like a
like
Hunger
adults,
Games, if it
yeah.
was like a Hunger Games where it was like all young adults, it would still be crushing. But like these are little kids.
Yes, these are babies, children.
12 at oldest. Our
Yes.
main protagonists are 12, and then the rest of the kids go down gradually in age. We didn't mention, by the way, there are 38 children in this North. Well, I guess 39 to start, and then the first one leaves, and it's 38.
So the whole thing
And
about mom, like the whole connection between her and the orange-haired girl Emma, they're basically the same person.
yeah, they had similar trajectories, but then she took the darkest path possible for seemingly like over a decade.
I
So
think she
like
took the safest path for her.
the safest, sure, but it makes her like repugnant. Like self-preservation, I understand you have self-preservation instinct. Like that's I understand why you did it, but you're still an awful, repugnant scumbag for having done it, and I don't know if you could be redeemed.
I feel like you'd make the same decision though if a bunch of demons are like, raise these kids or die. I'd be like,
I don't know.
give me
I don't
those
know if I could do
kids.
it. I really don't know if I could do it. If they were like, okay, you can survive. All you have to do is raise children to the age of 12 and then let demons eat them willingly. I feel like I might die instead.
So I'm gonna say this: season 1, 10 out of 10 for sure. Season 2 drops to like a 6.
I'm interested, but again, everybody says that about Death Note, and I think Death Note kind of gets better. So I'm weird. So maybe I'll like it.
Season 1 really hit it out of the park, and I think they made season 2 just because people were like, "Oh, well, what happens to the kids after they escape? What goes on? What happens?" And that's basically
But
just
it's
the
like
story.
you're saying it's not needed, but like they're setting up a season two very explicitly
Yeah.
because Phil and the little kids are still in the house. There's the other plants. They are setting you up for a season two. Like it's not unnecessary. They were that was the plan for the beginning.
Um, is there anything
You
else?
think you really think they made the first season and it was like they were just gonna leave all those cards on the until people said they wanted more?
It's happened before. No Game No Life has been it's been 20 years, I think.
Did No Game No Life end on like a setting up a next season
They were
type of
setting up a
thing?
whole universe. Literally
Oh, okay.
one of the last few lines that are said in No Game No Life is it's literally like, well, we're just going to have to fight God then or something along the lines of that. And like and it just ends. And there's never been a season 2 ever.
What the that sounds crazy. You see, and the thing is to tie the themes again together, and like I know you don't understand this, and I know that not everybody could feel the same way that I feel, but like in a very general, boiled down theme sense, both of the products we have consumed today are similar. It's just that one of them is very sanitized so that 5-year-olds can also watch it without getting very upset.
And one
Like
is about other 5-year-olds getting sanitized.
yes, exactly. But it's like but the through line is like look at like to make the to draw the make comparison. Look at like Norman Ray and Emma versus the Power Rangers. Like they're the characters that were fought. Their biggest strength is each other. They have moments together, they have moments separately that get you invested emotionally as people. And then they rise to occasions that they really could never hope to achieve without a miracle, because they have to. Because if they don't, who will? That is the through line of Power Rangers here in a more mature way. It's like if we don't do this, we are the oldest kids, we're the gifted kids. We now have an idea of what's going on. If we don't save these kids, they're not getting saved. If not us, then who?
Exactly.
That is the through line, and that goes through both shows. Very sanitized kiddie version. But that's the thing about the Power Rangers is they're just normal dudes for the most part. And then a terrible awful threat that's threatening to destroy all that they love shows up, and it's attacking people and like innocent people, and it's like, okay, these innocent people are in trouble. If we don't save them, who will? And that's the vibe that gets me so deeply emotionally attached to Power Rangers. And you have found this show that does a very similar thing in a much deeper and infinitely more fucked up way. But you can see what I'm saying a little bit, can't you?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just the unstoppable will of the power of friendship is what makes my heart flutter. I'm really into the power of friendship, and this show had that in spades. That's why I love Power Rangers so much. I just was very satisfied that I found those connections, and this is like a narratively through-lined episode. The only fork in that you like it, and I really thought that you would, but like,
Yeah, but I've never been into Power Rangers. There's
but
nothing.
yeah, that was you as a kid. Like if you just put that away and you don't think about that, it's okay. This is a show that my friend likes. I'm gonna watch it because I'm an adult, and who cares what the kids were saying on the playground when I was 8? Um, and just enjoy
I
it for
gave
what
it a
it is.
chance. It's not my thing. I don't like it.
Tisk tisk tisk.
It's not my fault that everything I show you is good.
Maybe it is a little bit your fault. Maybe you're doing some sort of sorcery on me.
Like what anime relates to Power Rangers RPM?
I think so. All right, I know what I'm making you watch. So it's not. It's the same genre, not RPM. Well, no, because you're probably gonna be a bitch about reading subtitles, aren't you? That's where you're gonna get me. That's how you're gonna get out of what I want to put you through.
Please don't make me read subtitles, please.
Alex, come on.
It's so tedious. It's so hard.
Alex,
It's so hard to focus on what's going on. I can't do it.
you can't. You watch anime subtitled?
No, I don't. I only watch dubbed. I do not watch sub anime at all.
You don't ever?
No, I don't because I can't pay attention.
God, you're the worst.
I am an audio listener or audio learner, not visual.
You need to be both. That's the thing. You've convinced yourself you're not a visual learner. Things and you don't remember half of what happened because you do also need to be looking at it, and you're just retarded and don't think that you
Don't
do.
make me do subtitles. I'm not going to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I feel like I have a ringer for it, but I guess I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board.
We'll figure it out. We got time. We got plenty of time before we have to
We
before we
we
bring
do
this
have to
back.
we do at least have to watch Cash Floor before anything, and that's gonna be a whole fun adventure.
Well, we're watching Cash Floor and we have to do Hamilton I think
Yep.
next week, right?
No, we're doing. I thought we were doing Cash Floor next week,
I
and then
thought we were doing a
Hamilton.
musical every other episode.
I forgot about that, but when we were talking about it, it seems like we were talking about it as doing Cash Floor next week.
I mean, we can switch it up.
I'm very interested in covering Cash Floor because I want to analyze the lolcow that is Maddox. It's an enjoyable time. So I do want to do Cash Floor next week. I'm ready to sit through 25 episodes of Cash Floor within the next 5 days.
25 episodes of retard.
26 for you because I've already seen the first one. I don't think you have.
I haven't seen it all because I figured we'd eventually do it for a podcast, so I saved it.
I watched the first episode with Demi Gloom because like it came out and like I need to like see what it was. I needed to experience it. So I found whichever one of my TDS lore aware friends was awake and we watched it together. And it was quite an experience, and I'm interested to see what the other 25 episodes have in store.
If it gets tedious to watch, I don't know if I could watch the whole thing.
Come on, yes you can.
If it gets like very monotone, we'll see.
This is
I'll
you
watch
you
this.
can you I think it's the kind of show where like you can be checking your phone a little bit. You just gotta like kind of be listening to make sure you catch all the little Maddoxisms while you're checking your phone, but you don't have to be 100% add attention.
We have to go, and I'm going to keep reminding you about this. We have to go do Butterfly Effect 2.
I want to do Butterfly Effect too. We keep not we gotta set a date and be like, okay, this day we're doing that. Because I'll do it. I'll do it soon. It's just we have to set it or we never will. That's the thing.
Very true. Yeah.
Like I need to put out more issue Krabui reviews. That show's been extremely dead for a while now. And I like reviewing movies. It's just that I have a lot of scheduled shows and people are able to show up for those scheduled times. And it's hard to separate from that get them there to do another thing. Because you're somehow paradoxically always busy but don't do anything. I don't know how that works, but
What the hell is this?
what the hell is what?
So I was renewing my membership on that bootleg site that I have,
Yeah.
and I see a new horror movie, Popeye the Slayer Man.
Oh my fucking god.
What the fuck is this?
Okay, I need to get a group together to review Popeye the Slayer, man. You can be a part of it. You don't have to be. I'm gonna happen. I need to see Popeye the Slayer, man, and spread the word of it to the world.
A curious group of friends sneak into an abandoned spinach canning factory to film a documentary on the legend of the Sailor Man, who is said to haunt the factory and local docks. What the fuck is this?
That's ridiculous.
I
Is what
hope it's
that
bad.
is.
I hope it's like for Velocipaster bad.
We're supposed to review Velocipaster too, not you, but another group that you could be involved in if you wanted to be.
I thought you already did that
But
though.
no, we were like about to, and then we ended up canceling because somebody had a scheduling conflict, and then we just never rescheduled. So that's still in the air for us to do at any time.
What is this? Is this a Peter Pan horror movie?
Yeah, they're doing all that because like the Disney characters and like children's characters go public domain, and they're like, what if we make them murder people and bloody and guts?
Wendy Darling strikes out in an attempt to rescue her brother Michael from the clutches of the evil Peter Pan, who intends to send him to Neverland. Along the way, she meets a twisted Tinkerbell who is hooked on what she thinks is fairy dust. That doesn't sound as good as Popeye the Slayer, man.
Wait, the cocaine Tinkerbell? No, that sounds actually how like the most keto. If Tinkerbell's just doing cocaine and she's like, "I'm a fairy, look at me." That's a crazy interpretation. I kind of like the gall of that.
Oh, they did Goldilocks and the Three Bears as well.
Yeah, they've done it all. Anything that you think is public domain probably has a horror movie.
I wasn't expecting Popeye the Sailor Man being a horror movie anytime
It's
soon.
all gonna be a horror movie. But fucking Batman's gonna be a horror movie in a couple of years. That's going public domain. Everything that you know and love that becomes public domain will immediately become a horror movie. That's how it works now.
Winnie the Pooh got us. Winnie the Pooh was they made a second one, by the way.
I did hear about that.
Winnie the Pooh was the first one to have the horrification done to it, though.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh kind of started the trend, and then from there, every character that went public domain got one. And now Mickey Mouse is getting a bunch because he went public domain. And next it's gonna be Batman.
Popeye the Sailor Man. That's. I don't know if you want to get a group together or if you want to save that one specifically for the show, but
Well, I don't want to. I review musicals on this show. I review movies on Issue Crew. I review musicals and TV shows on this show. I review movies on Issue Reviews.
it's the same thing.
Yeah, but I need episodes of Issue Crew movie reviews. We do this pretty much every week. Asterisk, not lately, no matter what.
Yeah,
Whereas the movie
we're
reviews just
what
don't
two
happen.
weeks? We're 2 weeks running right now.
Yeah, we got a streak going. We got a streak going. You
I
almost
wouldn't call it
bitched out
two
on
weeks.
me,
I thought
but
about canceling today just because I'm all stuffed up, but I'm like, I
no. Also,
can't.
like from the very beginning, like initially when you had this weekend planned, you were like, "Oh, I'm probably not going to be able to do the show," and I was, yeah, like we can reschedule the show. Come
I try
on,
and
let's.
reschedule the show. You just have something going on every single fucking day,
I
so it's
am
hard.
I am a human podcast machine. That is true. I do a lot of shows. I do have a couple nights off now because I do multiple shows on some days. Is like particularly on Thursday, I do 3 shows because I am off from work on Thursdays. So in the mornings, I record Big Guy Little Guy with Andrew at 9 a.m. And then at noon, I do the Trans Fat Experience with Demi Gloom. And then at 7, I do the Death Stream with Brad. So Thursday is like all content all the time. And then because of that, my like Tuesday is open. And my Wednesday, I only have one show in the mornings, and I'm off from work. So that's like 15 free hours to play with. And that's my free time. I also don't have a show on Saturday. I'm pretty sure. I think Saturday is open for me entirely. Sometimes Pixels happens that day, and I show up for that. But like, I don't really have anything solidly booked for Saturday.
All right. Since you've already been kind of plugging yourself, do you want to wrap up?
Yeah, linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic. A lot of the stuff I just talked about there, and it's cool. And there's more stuff too. A lot of it. linktr.ee/RIELY Cinematic Universe for all sorts of content, including a podcast about Power Rangers episode by episode with somebody who does care about it. So if you're also disappointed that Alex didn't care, me and my buddy Nightster are covering Power Rangers in depth from beginning to end. We're gonna spend a decade doing this shit because this is how much we care about it. So you can come check that out.
If you haven't already been watching on the College YouTube channel, you can find more content there. You can find some TikTok and other cool links that I put together over at linktr.ee/COLOCHU. If you want to give us money, patreon.com/detour ahead, DETOURAHEAD.
Man, you really put me through it today, Alex.
Yeah, I'm
We didn't
sorry.
even we kind of rushed through it. There were a couple things I didn't touch on, like how it was Norman's death that like really made me mad at you. Like the fact that they faked me out on that like 7 different times and then he still ultimately dies and then they fake me out about it again after he dies. Like that was really that one was really getting me. And just a lot of things like that. But that was why I was reluctant to not have at least one sniper out to kill you because I was very upset about Norman. And then, they do this thing the whole time where like they're like picturing Norman and he'll like show up for a second. But every other time it happens, he's gone like right away. And then he has like a 15-minute conversation with Ray, and the whole time I'm thinking he's just there and he's about to tell us how he escaped from death. And then he just disappears like he does every other time, but after having a 15-minute back and forth conversation with Ray, which was a very strange thing to do, but like it hit me emotionally, so I guess they did good if that was their intention. But it was just a very weird framing where
Yeah,
Ray has an entire conversation with somebody who isn't there.
yeah, that one definitely hits hard. Um,
Were you fooled by that for the first time? Did you think Norman was just back?
I can't remember. I watched this back when I was this had to be years ago.
Because like half the episode is Ray and Norman having a conversation as if Norman is just there for real, and then he's not.
Um, I have one last question, and then we'll call it.
Okay.
Do you plan on watching season 2 on your own?
I'm going to watch season 2 immediately after we conclude this call.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. And then we'll check back in with Alex's Power Rangers journey the next time we do Media Club. I'm at to think of something that I think might be able to get her that is not subtitles having to be read. You gotta throw some longer shows at me. I'm ready to take whatever you give to, because Power Rangers is hard to encapsulate within these few episodes, as we've learned.
I'll have to think of something. But yeah,
Because
I'll
like if
have
I can
to.
make you watch like all of like Time Force, I feel like that might get you. But that's like 40 episodes. So you'd have to
I
find
don't
something
know.
like really big and long for me.
I barely had 12 in me, Riely.
You don't have to do it all in like 5 seconds like we did this time. We kind of rushed this one. Like we could just do it over time.
I watched 6 episodes before the show today.
Because you just couldn't stomach them the first time you were watching.
Not at all. I had to stop at 6.
Wait, what was episode? Let me look at what episode 6 was. If this was Ranger Yellow, you are not a human. I think it might have been. Let me check.
Episode
Let's
6 was
see.
Ranger Green.
Ranger Green. Okay. Well, yeah, that one stands on its own at least. But like, you're not telling me that episode would have made you want to watch another one? Ranger Green?
Nope. It's the
Wow.
fight scenes. I can't do it. It's not entertaining. Like,
It's
at
just
least
mindless.
Ladybug's doing silly little goofy shit. This is just
So
people
are the
punching
Power
and they're
Rangers.
just punching and kicking. That's it. It's just
And they're
punching
and
and
they're
kicking.
using weird fucking weapons that all combine into a big gun and like the giant robots and shit.
I've never been about the giant robots though. I don't even like Transformers.
I'm not about the giant robots either. For me, it's about the characters. It's about like the sheer force of will and power of friendship, and then the action is just like mindless, but it's like fun. I could be like, okay, they're superheroes, they're punching. Like I've watched a Marvel movie before. This is just a sanitized look of that, and that is cool. I like
It's
it.
not the same as a Marvel movie.
Those are also about the. I also don't care about the fights. Those are also about the character.
I don't know. We'll see if my opinion changes next time. But all right, thank you everybody so much for listening to Detour Ahead, Detourahead. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.